This is SME on Point. I am Liabo Setho. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. This week, our featured business of the week identifies a gap that has been left vacant by the wider minibus taxi industry. Using well-known tuk-tuks, they developed a short trip system for the convenience and well-being of the commuter in their townships. The founders of Tuk-tukkie are now looking to manufacture them locally. This is their story, shot by Sibusiso Matebula and edited by Ngobile Shabalala. If you are a public transport user, you will know that most do not drop one off at the gate. There is often a dedicated spot for pickups and drop-offs. This is often an inconvenience to the elderly, the disabled, or those who have heavy parcels like groceries to carry. This is where Sbongseni Gunene and Musa Abrams found a sweet spot to start their business.
The end user of transport, normally you get from the bus station, from the taxi stop, you still have to walk to your house. So therefore we decided in getting a tuk-tuk in order to assist you from point where you are dropped off at the taxi to your home. And if for safety reasons that you would call the tuk-tuk services, we would take you from your house to the bus stop, the taxi rank, a family's home, or to a shop and back.
Many small businesses have felt the painful impact of the current COVID-19 pandemic. Tuk-tukkie, too, has not been spared.
We rely heavily on school children and people basically going to and from work. But also it's also been an opportunity for us to come together and take care of our staff that we have at the moment and build our business and show really character in growing within this tough period.
The use of minibus taxis has been a prevalent means of transport in the country, but this industry has been characterized by violent wars among taxi owners. With the rise of meter taxis and e-hailing services, the fights for routes have also escalated. These two business partners are appealing to the industry for a collaboration that will be beneficial to the end user, the commuter.
We have also encountered problems with the taxis that on our main roads, they think that we came and we wanted to take over what they are currently doing, which they forgot that they are not taking the people from ShopRite to their homes, from their homes to the taxi stop. That's what we actually do. We take the people to the taxi stops, and it makes it easier for the taxis to actually be filled faster to move along to their destinations as well.
Being mindful of the economic circumstances of the community, Tuk-tukkie has created employment for more than 40 people, including drivers and admin staff. They have also managed to keep these short-end trips affordable, ranging from 5 rands to 25 rands per trip. And now the business says it is ready to expand the business to contribute to the mainstream economy.
We've only been in operation for a year and a half. If we get the opportunity to backward integrate into a manufacturing space, for example, that would be obviously advantageous to South African economy. As these cars are being imported at the moment, we would like to produce them in South Africa. And obviously the workforce to come from South Africa, that's our main drive and that's our passion, and we have to ensure that the jobs remain in South Africa and the job and the skill set remain for us as South Africans to grow and to improve.
We would really want to expand to other townships, like I'm saying to you, is that we could just only we're not only there to sell you the vehicle, but we're there to teach you and your staff and the driver so that it could be a successful business for you in the future as well.
Liabo Setho, SABC News, Johannesburg. Thank you so much to Tuk-tukkie for sharing their story with SME on Point. And of course, we do implore you to support your local small business. Remember, we're trying to make the community of small businesses even bigger. So if you are in the restaurant business, the next interview is definitely for you. Merchant Capital has launched a short-term finance product called Reboot. It is aimed to give the hard-hit restaurant sector a much-needed injection of working capital in order to help them ease the economic impact of the national lockdown regulations. For more, I'm joined on via Skype by Dov Gernan. He's the Merchant Capital founder and also the CEO. Dov, welcome to SME on Point. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Liabo.
reboot, it comes at a time where it is absolutely needed. Just last week we had Wendy Alberts here on the show, and she spoke about how hard hit the restaurant sector is. And if you love going out like myself, you will know that, you know, it's really difficult now not to go out and enjoy your favorite meal, because under level 4 restaurants can't open, and even under level 3 you can only pick up your stuff. How can you as Merchant Capital help restaurants?
So I think you, like me, also am missing going out to our favorite restaurant. We certainly am missing my date night with my wife, and we can't wait until we can be back there. So we launched a product called Reboot, brought to you by Merchant Capital, which essentially provides a quick, easy working capital solution for the restaurant owners that have been closed in the previous weeks and months during lockdown. Merchant Capital has been servicing the restaurant and hospitality group for 7 or 8 years now. We have funded thousands and thousands of these businesses over the tenure, and we quickly realized that these restaurant owners needed a quick, easy access to working capital to help reboot their business. And that could be if they needed to do a deep cleanse after being closed for a couple of weeks, whether they needed to do some marketing on their new delivery options, hire some new staff, or whatever that may be.
Do you have a particular criteria of the kind of restaurants we're talking about here? On Sundays, for instance, pre-COVID, I loved going to Shisanyama's, and I know that many of them have also closed and cannot continue with business. Do you also extend help to those type of restaurateurs that are different in the townships?
Yes, absolutely. So our product is available to any restaurant owner. Typically, they need to have been trading for a minimum of 12 months. And they need to be doing a certain minimum amount of turnover through their point of sale or card machine. So our product does not discriminate as to location or geography. It's available to all restaurant owners. And really what we're trying to do is provide a lifeline and a respite to these business owners, because logically they would not have had any cash flow coming in the last couple of weeks, or certainly a couple of months. Now is their chance to pick up and start delivering, whether that's through one of the outsourced delivery apps, or whether they want to do their own local deliveries. And they just need that cash injection to try and get some traction and start building some revenue again as we go from level 4 down to level 3.
How much are we talking about here? What is the minimum that you can extend as credit, and what's the maximum? And I also noted that you also offer payment holidays, because we don't know where the trajectory is heading with regards to lockdown levels. We might just find ourselves at level 5 at some point, and that would mean a total complete closure of the restaurants themselves. Would you then extend help in saying, we can give you a payment holiday? Is that offer available?
Yes, absolutely. So to answer your first question, the minimum would be around 30,000 Rand, and that would go up to a maximum of a few million Rand. So we don't see the top end being an issue. And to the point around the payment holiday, so when the lockdown started on the 26th of March, we provided a payment holiday to our hundreds or thousands of customers, existing customers, that were forced to be in the shutdown. So that was a kind of an act of solidarity from our business to show that we look after these small business owners in good and bad times, which is really our Merchant Capital's founding principle. The innovation of our repayment mechanism is that we collect a fixed percentage of future card transactions. So what that means is that the repayments to us will directly fluctuate in line with how that restaurant trades. So if they take off and they have a really good couple of weeks on the takeaway because someone or their customers have been missing their particular type of food, the repayments to us will increase. Having said that, if the repayments then reduce and the turnover reduces through the point of sale, the repayments to us will reduce. So it's a turnover-based product, it's a cash flow lending product, and it's extremely friendly to the small business owner because it fluctuates directly in line with how the restaurant is turning over.
Give our viewers just a quick tips, maybe 2 or 3, about what the absolute must-dos when you do this application on your website, because we know that a lot of people lose out on the opportunity to be funded or given loans because they make some mistakes during their applications. What are the most important things that they should take care of?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So, obviously it's about having your numbers and financials in good order. Obviously, we as a business wouldn't expect financials and management accounts, but certainly if the restaurant owner is applying for one of the government-backed by the bank's relief funds, then you would need to have your ducks in a row. But certainly just understand what your turnover is, have all your documentation, your company registration documents, etc. in place, and be available and ready to answer any questions that the potential lender may have about your business, about your personal sureties, or about the directors in the business.
Dov, thank you so much for sharing your insights with SME On Point. I hope that those that are watching us today will find it useful and will be able to get some funding. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Right. So that was Dov. He's with Merchant Capital, and they're extending credit to the restaurant industry. If you have that business, you might just want to visit their website. So let's take a look at our motivational quote for this week. It's from Derek Zavi of Recharge My Biz, and it reads, "The key to success is with you. Don't stop trying to open doors with it. One of those doors has your breakthrough." And that was SME On Point for this week. We go to break now. After the break, Nastasia Arends is coming with Books on Point, and also Your Money on Market Sense is back this week.